How to double your money using the rule of 72. Who doesn't want to double their money? From the start of mankind to date, doubling the resources, assets, and money has always been on the mind of human beings. But what if there's a way to double your money? Why wouldn't someone wish to double their money and buy a luxurious house, flashy car, or even a private jet? Hello and welcome to Alpha Finance. This is the channel to watch if you want to learn more about personal finance, investing in cryptocurrency. However, before I get into the topic, do me a favor, subscribe and hit the like button because it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you, and now let's get into it. In today's video, we'll cover how to double your money using the rule of 72. You certainly need to learn it to get financially stronger, so be sure to watch to the end for a complete lesson to use the rule of 72. So, what's the rule of 72? The phrase indeed sounds odd, isn't it? What's the backstory behind the number 72? And what does it have to do with doubling your money? Well, here are the answers to all your questions. The father of accounting, Luca Pacioli, is the person who proposed a theory named the Rule of 72. He wrote a book back in 1494, Summary of Arithmetic, Geometry, Proportions, and Proportionality, in which he gave out this magical rule. There's no denying the fact that doubling your money sounds too good to be accurate, but this rule is undoubtedly astonishing. The Rule of 72 is considered chiefly while making investments, analyzing economic trends, and making your financial objectives. Well, if you are struggling with debt, this rule is undoubtedly for you too. Let's get to the point. You are about to invest and want it to double. First, you need to decide the percentage of interest you will be getting for that investment. Let's suppose it is 6%. Divide 6 by 72, and the answer is 12. Right? In this case scenario, it will take around 12 years to double your money. This is only just a teaser of what this rule actually means. It can help you make the right financial decisions. Watch the video till the end if you have any doubts. Here's a surprise. What if I tell you that you can calculate inflation using this rule? Wouldn't it be fascinating, right? As a rule, it shows you the bright side, but it also offers you a darker side if your money doubles or becomes half. Here are the decisions you need to make using the rule of 72. Number 1. Compound interest. In the whole story of doubling your money, compound interest plays a pivotal role. It simply means that the longer your money is invested, the better your earnings will become. Getting a higher interest rate is better, which means you will receive your double amount much quicker. You can even discuss this rule with your financial advisor, but neglecting the importance of this rule is certainly a mistake. You need to look for the finest compound interest and then apply the rule of 72, and you have the estimated time in which you will be receiving your doubled money. Well, did you know that Einstein believed that this theory was more significant than his theory of relativity? If you were looking for a piece of expert advice, well, here you have it. Number 2. Investments. To grow your bank balance, you need to take some amount out of it in the shape of investments. Without investments, it's pretty hard to get greater earnings. There always comes the point when you finally decide to take the risk to achieve something better. If you've got the rule of 72 at your fingertips, making investments will become much more manageable. You know why? Because you'll know how much time it would take to double the money you invested. You can make any investment you want, it's entirely your choice, but you need to ensure you include compound interest in it. Are you still finding this rule tricky? Don't worry, let's discuss some scenarios here to make you understand better. Let's suppose you've made two kinds of investments. Your first investment is in mutual funds with a 6% of annual return, and the other one is in stocks with an 8% of yearly return. How much time would it take to get your investments to double? Dividing 8 by 72, we have 9. It will take about 9 years for you to get your money doubled. Do you have any idea about how much time it would take for an investment in mutual funds with a 6% annual return to be doubled? Calculate and let us know in the comments section. You can do these calculations with the investment you've already made using the idea of compound interest. You'll surely get some exciting results. Imagine the people who once dragged you down, even your ex who said you couldn't do enough. Keep all those people in mind and make investments using the rule of 72. You wouldn't love to stay behind, right? Number 3. Savings. When it comes to savings, we all want them to double as soon as possible, don't we? Using the rule of 72 has unnumbered benefits, but one of the most prominent ones is predicting when your savings are going to be doubled. But before you daydream about doubling your savings, let's determine what kind of savings you have. Do you like keeping your savings at home, hidden in a shady box or vault? If your savings are at home, you're doomed. Keeping your savings at home will not benefit you in any way possible. It will only add more stress and anxiety to your head about losing it. Well, there's no denying the fact that most people prefer putting their savings in the stock market, which in particular is a pretty good idea, as you have decent chances of getting something out of it, rather than just keeping the savings at home with you, letting it sleep under your bed. Before you take out the savings from the vault and put it in the stock market, you need to wait for a minute here. Putting your savings in the stock market has its benefits and disadvantages too. You either have a good chance of earning more money or losing it here, as the stock market goes up and down in a blink of an eye. So, what's the best way to keep your savings? Well, try opening an account in a bank and keep it there. You'll at least get a 1% interest rate annually, which is cherishable if you ask me. Isn't it better to get something rather than nothing? Let's suppose you have put $3,000 in your savings account, and you're getting a 1% interest rate annually from the bank. It will take 72 years for it to become $6,000. You might think it's a foolish idea to put savings in the bank with such a low interest rate, but if you are planning for your coming generations, this is one of the best financial decisions you can ever make. Number 4. Inflation rate. We all may have heard this term, but only a few of us know the meaning, right? All we know is that when it happens, things are not so pleasant around us. So, what is this inflation rate, and what does it have to do with the rule of 72? The rate at which the prices of goods and commodities increase in a particular time is known as the inflation rate. Prices of the things around you change very frequently, and trust me, a high inflation rate is a nightmare. Let's consider that the average inflation rate in your country is 4%, and we are using the rule of 72. We will divide 4% by 72, which gives us 18. It will take about 18 years for the prices of the goods and services to double, isn't it amazing? You can predict what's coming ahead and brace yourself properly. Yet, if the inflation rate is continuously going up and down, it becomes a bit hard to determine the future and make the right decisions at the right time, as you wouldn't love becoming a victim of inflation. So, did you understand the rule of 72, and are you willing to double your money using this rule? And if you have any questions, comments or suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comments below. Please join our family today by clicking the subscribe button. It's free, and you can always change your mind. Thank you all for watching and sharing. Until next time, don't stop striving.